Welcome to Welsh PC Gamer, and today we're going to play Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days. It's in early access, but I have played the demo when it was released some months ago, and I really enjoyed it. So when it was fully released into early access, I did buy it. I played it a couple of hours, but I've just got enough that I know how to play it, without too much stumbling around. There has recently been a rather large update for it, so yeah, look out to play Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days. There won't be any music playing because I think there will be copyrighted music playing on this video, so I don't want to obviously get into trouble doing that. So without any further ado, let's get into a new game. Okay, we're going to play normal difficulty. I don't know the game well enough to be able to play it on anything harder than that.
People of Walton, this is your mayor, John Ward. Now, I want to take a moment to thank y'all for your patience and resolve in these most challenging times. It's that Southern spirit, it's that Texas grit that gives me full confidence that we'll not only get through this crisis, but come out stronger on the other side. And I only wish I could be here to see it, huh? However, folks, I regret to announce that today I'll be moving my office to a secure spot outside the city limits. Now, no need to go assuming the worst. All right. This move is strictly to facilitate better coordination with our boys in uniform, who are at this very moment putting together a surefire plan to retake our city and eradicate the... Huh? Let's get wait. They're where? Just give me... So just, hold tight, secure your homes, and I assure you,
hello?
The tide will turn. God bless you. God bless you.
I'm not sure if anyone out there is still listening to this trash, but if you are, know this. Nobody is coming to help you. There's no plan. Look, what they did, it's wrong. It's all wrong. We are trapped. And staying here isn't an option. You have to get out. Escape the city any way you can. Get out now.
So yeah, that seems rather bleak, not very encouraging. So we got a choice of people here. So we got Tracy and Wayne, we got Daryl and Leo, Sebastian and Diane, Hector and Kayla, and Daphne and Penny. So yeah, we can be any one of these people. They got different virtues or perks, etc., and disadvantages. So what we're going to do is we're going to randomize which one we're going to play as. There we go, we're playing as Daryl and Leo. So Daryl, an irritable high school baseball coach, has been grappling with a difficult student named Leo. Despite his frustrations, Daryl is determined to stay by Leo's side and help him locate his family as the city descends into turmoil. So with Daryl, Daryl is the coach. He's got an iron stomach, so can eat anything without getting an upset stomach. He's a whittler, so melee weapons are cheaper for him to craft, which is pretty good. But he's a bad cook, can only cook slop at the cooking station, so he's a bad cook. That's his sort of negative. Leo is tough. The survivor takes less damage in combat, so he's going to be pretty good in a fight. He's also a slugger, increased damage when using melee weapons, so that's really good. So he's tough and he's good at inflicting damage with melee weapons. But he's got a voracious appetite, so loses more hunger each phase than the average. So he can't cook and he wants to eat everything, so they're going to make a good couple. So daytime, Wednesday, August 20th. Okay, our barricades are in bad shape. There's barely enough here to survive. We need to move to a new shelter as soon as possible and then find a way to escape this hellhole. Find a new shelter and move in. Okay, although they're telling us to do that, we do have options. So this is the sort of base building part of the game, so you can move around your shelter, etc. Now up here you can see the barricades, so our barricades are currently at, say, around 50% of its durability. Down here we got it's a daytime and actions, etc. So it's the daytime of the 20th of August. So Daryl is slightly hungry, but not terribly, slightly tired, and his morale is slightly lowered, but generally speaking he's in a good shape. So we can go downstairs and have a little look downstairs. So there's our other housemate. So we can go to sleep if we wanted to raise up our rest. But for now, I think our people would be fine with that. So we're going to send Daryl out, I think, first. So to go anywhere, you go here. And then this is like our plan to go and scavenge for supplies. So we can go to the hitch post, which come for the drinks, stay for the music. It's got a 2 out of 5 threat. And these are the sort of resources we could find there. We've got Jay's Motel. Only exhausted travellers would consider a stay in this shabby motel. So that's only a 1 threat. We can't really find very much there, but it is only a 1 threat. Then we've got the wash and dry laundromat. Bring a book and sit back at your local self-service. So this is a 2 skull, and again, not finding very much of use there. So we're going to probably go to the easiest one first, Jay's Motel. So we'll prepare to scavenge. Now these are the things that we've already got in our base. So we got some bandages, some healing things, some food, some lockpicks, a screwdriver, a guitar, and a spiked plank. So we're going to take the spiked plank, I think. Do we want to take a lockpick? Yeah, I think we will. So there we go. Go scavenge. All right, but we still got one person to do something with, so we want to change over to Leo here. Now Leo, again, not very hungry. He's quite sleepy, but not terrible, and his morale is full. So we're going to go to the workbench. Alright, so he can make some more lockpicks if we want to, but really we don't need them at the moment. He could go and build some more barricades in order to knock this back up a bit. But I think for now, because we're not going to be staying here, we're just going to have Leo go and have a rest up in the bedroom. I've gone to the wrong floor. There you go. So we're going to put him to rest in that position. Now it says press R, press and hold R, you will see it says all survivors are assigned. So that's a good little thing. It shows you whether you have everybody doing something. So, still on Wednesday, this is the day of August 20th, and we've gone to the motel. So, to crouch is left control. Crouching is good because it doesn't notify the zombies very quickly that you're here. So we're going to sneak up behind this one and club it. And made quick work of that zombie, which is cool. Alright, so using our lockpick, we're going to scavenge these things. So that's pretty good. And then keep moving. So when you push up against the closed door, you do peek around the corner to see, and you get this little bit of like a view of what's behind there. So yeah, I can see there's no zombies in this room, so I'm going to open the door. Now, right mouse click is your torch. If things look a bit too dark, you can use your torch. When you've got a thrown weapon or a shooting weapon, this will also aim it. So can't see any zombies at the moment, but they could be patrolling the area, so you want to be careful. Search this vending machine. Okay, so a bunch of food. It is junk food, but you know, food is food. And we know that the coach does have an iron stomach. So that zombie can't see us because he's up on the next level. So we'll clear out the bottom level before we go up any, I think. It's a good way to remember where we are. Okay, we'll give it a second. Yeah, I thought so. So we gave it a second to see if the zombie was patrolling this area, and they are. So we'll wait until they got their back turned to us so we can make quick work of them with our spike plank. Wait for the cue, and smack. Hopefully there's nothing more in here. Okay, we can search. Cool. Alright, we've got a few more things. So there's another zombie out here, so maybe we'll go and deal with this one. Clear our escape for when we want to go this way. So our weapon has been destroyed, so he hasn't got a weapon now. Okay, see, as you can see, it says head back to shelter. We don't want to do that yet because we could get a few more things before we leave. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any weapons. If I press I can see our inventory. And, yeah, there's nothing to replace our weapon. So, we've cleared the downstairs. But we do know that there is another zombie. And we've just seen here that there is another pick that we're going to need in order to get everything from this floor. Let's stalk our way back up. It's lovely visuals in this game. I really like it. It's very sort of This War of Mine, just slightly brighter, not quite so dark, even though it's about zombie apocalypse. We're in Texas, so it is quite bright and colourful here. Okay, there's a zombie there. We kind of cornered ourselves. Didn't really want to be fighting a zombie with our bare hands, but anyhow, we're ducking this doorway. And hopefully he'll walk past us and we'll be able to ambush it. Although we don't have a weapon now, so we won't be able to ambush it. But maybe I'll be able to get one free punch on the back of its head. There you go. So you can press Q to dodge. But you do have a stamina bar down the bottom there below his health. Which shows, you know, when that runs out, obviously you can't dodge again. So you have to be aware of that. I'm going to stalk. Search. Would have liked to have found another weapon to replace our broken one. Alright, we don't really want to be taking on too many more zombies. So, seeing that we've got a full backpack of equipment, or scavenge, we'll probably leave it there and head back home. And consider this a successful scavenge. We've taken some hits, but not much. We haven't really been wounded at all. Just a few battered, you know, a few bruises and, you know, a little bit battered, but nothing too serious that's going to give any lasting effects, which is cool. Now we can leave by running, by clicking on the shift and keeping the shift as we run. But this will activate, as you saw, that aggroed one of the backgrounder zombies. So you don't want to do that too much, but, you know, if you want to get out of trouble quickly, sometimes that's the way to go. Okay, riot remnants. While picking through a pile of junk, we found a few pieces of battered riot gear. Most of it is unwearable or broken. But thankfully, there is a police baton that hasn't been smashed to pieces. We can always use more weapons. Gain 1 police baton. Okay, so the coach could go back out again. We have got that option. Is there anything we can make? Okay, so we can make the communal area 1. And I think maybe we will. Although we're not going to stay in this base, when we move, we will take the communal area or whatever upgrades we have with us. So, you know, it's not like it's being wasted if we make it now. So we'll have that made. Now, as you can see, it took up 2 spaces. So this shows that it is taking up this much. If we cut off by here, that is the 1 phase. So that is the... So we're into night now. So if I go beyond this point, it'll be going further into the next day. So this is just going to be taking up half of the night in order to get it done. It's actually 3 spaces, not 2, but you get the point. And it will produce a cooking area. So there we are, a cooking area, not a communal area. So yeah, we'll have him make that up. And then we'll go over to Leo. Now Leo's looking pretty good. He's fully rested. His morale is high. He's a little bit hungry, but we're not going to worry too much about that yet. It's not low enough that's going to cause any concern. Now we're going to go back to the wash and dry, not the wash and dry laundromat. We're going to go back to Jay's motel. Now, as you can see, the skulls now have gone down to nearly half a skull instead, because we have killed off a lot of the zombies there, so that isn't as threatening as it would have been previously. But as you can see, also, there's only one now tick of base resources to be found. We will take... what should we take? Should we take the guitar? He looks like he might be armed with a guitar. And we will take the lockpick. And we'll go scavenge. Again, it's nighttime, so things are going to be a bit darker, a bit gloomier, and a little bit harder for us to see. But we have scouted out the place once before, so, you know, hopefully we know the layout fairly well. So again, I'm going to go into the sort of sneaky mode, because I don't really want to trigger anything. We do know that we need another lockpick for downstairs, so I'm going to go and do that first. Clear out the base, the ground floor before we go up to the first floor, where we know there are plenty of zombies because we saw them last time. I do like the graphics on this game. They're really atmospheric, you know, very, very colourful, really nice, clear. You can see what's around you. You know, it's not hard graphics to interpret. Okay, so what do we got here? We got some duct tape. We have some electrical. We have a broken handgun, a revolver, and some revolver ammo. So we can't actually fix that yet, but of course, a gun is always going to be welcome. So we're going to go upstairs with our electric guitar to go and beat them with. Death by rock and roll. Go upstairs. Okay, so if we stood up here and wasn't stalking, it could aggro this zombie that's sort of in the foreground. So that's why I stalk most of the time and not just walk. We knocked out that zombie. I'm going to close this door. It does slow the zombies down a bit if that one does get aggroed. So, and then we found this vantage point. So with this vantage point, we can find different locations to go and explore. So in this case, we find the Value Records. Features a wide range of low-cost vinyl and band posters. So cool. So again, stalking so that we don't aggro the background zombies. I'm gonna have to try and clear out this first floor of the motel. So here you can duck in to hide like we were before. You can see there's a little circle that shows you that it's a spot where you can sort of duck into the foreground or background in order to avoid confrontation with the zombies, etc. Okay, there's a lot of noise going on in here, so I got a feeling there's probably going to be a zombie on patrol. But he's taking his time, so maybe not. Pick up some of the scavenge. Salvage. Okay, so there, like you say, I couldn't carry it all, so there is a few little things left. Okay, because there's no one in that room, let's have a look at what I left behind and see if I want to swap it out for something else. Mail's quite a useful thing to have, but No, I think we'll leave the metal behind and call this place scavenged, because there's only that one little piece of metal left, and it really probably won't be worth us coming back for one piece of salvage. So again, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to aggro everyone. See, there he is. You see him in the background. He's looking really... Here he comes. But we're going to just run away from him. There you go. And back to the shelter. So there's a summary of what we managed to get. So we got all of these pieces of salvage, and we've also managed to make a communal area. So we were making the communal area, not the cookery area. Okay, I confused myself there. Okay, so what can he do? All right, so he could only make a lockpick. We don't really need another lockpick. So we're going to have Leo go out again. So it's daytime now, so it should be a little bit easier for us. We have seen and cleared Jay's motel, apart from one piece of small resource, which we're not going to really worry about. So do we go to the hitching post? Let's go to the value records. Again, we'll go for the next easiest one. And it does say, look, it's a shelter. So if we clear this place, we could move into it. As opposed to these two, if you look, there is no shelter marked on it. So yeah, this one will become a shelter if we clear it out. So in that's kind of what we want to do, because they're telling us that this place is slowly becoming overrun. So yeah, I'm going to pack a guitar. I won't bother taking the lockpicks. I reckon that we're probably going to need to do more than one trip anyway. So at least we'll know whether we need the lockpicks next time. So Leo's going to be off doing that. So we got Daryl. Daryl is quite hungry, slightly sleepy, and his morale is not great. So where is our communal area? This is our communal area, so we can click him to go and sit down in the communal area and chill out. That'll de-stress him and raise his morale. Oops. I meant to press R. Okay, so all our survivors are assigned. We've only got 2 of them, so it's quite easy to keep track of what everybody is up to. Okay, so value records. Thursday, the 21st of August. Let's have a look at what's in here. Okay, no sign of any zombies, so we're going to slowly... Alright, so this symbol next to the door shows that there is something blocking the door from the other side. So we have to get to the other side in order to clear it. So, yeah, as you can guess, we have to go up in order to go down. Okay, all looks pretty clear. Use our torch. Yep, so this is, as you can see, a workbench, like our workbench in our home. This shows that it could be a shelter if we clear the place. Okay, we can definitely hear that there are zombies in this building. Okay, that's a very dark room. Oh, okay, so we just saw some movement, so there is a zombie in here. It's going to be hard to know when it's facing us and when it's turning away, but... Okay. Bonk. On the back of the head. Yeah, we got rid of that zombie. So like I said, the only problem was that it was in such a dark room, it was hard to actually see him. Now it does say all threats cleared, so we could go here and move in. And it does say that all unscavenged resources will be given to us just by moving in. But, you know, we may as well have a little look and see if there was anything really cool. Okay, so, yeah, may as well pick them up. Even though they will auto-scavenge it when we move in. But, you know, it's good to see what we will get so that we can, you know, we are aware of what we have back at base. Okay, so they've also given us, if you look down next to the guitar, the weapon, his thrown item is now firecracker, so it can be used as a distraction. So again, another vantage point. We're going to see. Okay, so we've got the Griffith and Sons Hardware. This hardware store was a staple of community for over 60 years. The Walton Taxi Depot, a large facility where taxis are maintained between shifts, and 38 Irving Drive, the best house on the worst street. Wow, okay. That's a ringing endorsement for a place, isn't it? The best house on the worst street. Okay, and what's in here? Okay, we've got some food and everything. Right, there's some rocks, which again can be used to distract zombies, but really, not really that bothered. And I know that we will get them when we move into this place, because we are planning on moving here, so... Oops, okay, it just ran straight through the door. So back to base, and of course now it's the night cycle, so the night phase. All of these things we have gained. Now, I could get my people to do things, but I'm going to get them immediately to go to value records, and we're going to move a shelter. We get a free bed when we move here because there is already sort of a bedroom set up there, so we can do that. Yes, we will move shelter. Now that large circle that you see on the map, if I go to it again, a scratching sound. There's a strange scratching sound coming from behind a wall. It's probably just rats. Of course it is. So if we go to the map again, let me show you what I was saying. Okay, so see this circle. Now this big circle is where we can see and go to from our shelter spot. So the further out, say this way we'll go, our circle will move with us, and we'll slowly lose places where we can go to. However, we can move shelters, you know, willy-nilly, because we don't lose anything by moving shelters, so it's not a big deal. So before we do any of that, we want to press the inventory button. Okay, so Daryl needs to eat because he's hungry. So he'll stuff his face a bit, and then we will send him out. Where shall we send him to go? Alright, so we have Irving, which is a 1 skull, Walton Taxis, which is 2, Griffiths and Sons is 1. So yeah, we could, or we could go back to the wash and dry, but I don't really see much point in going. I think we're going to go to 38 Irving. So yeah, so we'll prepare. He'll carry the guitar. As you can see, the durability on the guitar is going down because we've used it quite a bit. I could take some lockpicks, but I'm not going to bother until we've seen what is there. It's going to be daytime, so we're going to have plenty of light to see what's happening. Now, does Leo want to do anything? Well, he's going to want to eat. He's looking quite hungry. I don't think he wants to eat raw meat. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Consumables? Okay, there is some beer. Okay, I thought that was cans of food. I don't think he wants to drink the cans of beer. That would raise his morale, but yeah, I don't think he needs to do that at this moment. Okay, so we have a bunch of new stations that we can make. All right, so we can have another bed, but we've already got one bed, so, you know, that's kind of okay at the moment. We can make a cooking area, a weapon area, or a medical area. I think we're going to need to have a cooking area at some point. So let's have Leo work on that. Okay, so he could also work on a medical area, but that would take him into the night cycle as well. Do you know what? I think we'll do that. It'll move him into the night cycle as well, but he can get like the cookery and the medical station up and running. So that leaves the coach. Okay, so the coach is going to be going out. So we are ready to go. So 38 Irving Drive. Let's have a look at what we can find here. So we're going to duck down again. Always good to be sneaky when there's zombies around. Do a bit of scavenging. Look at that background. That's a really cool background. There's even an ice cream truck on the road. Would imagine in Texas you need ice creams a lot. Okay, so that zombie is a background zombie at the moment, so we don't want to aggro it. Is there any other zombies on patrol? Not by the looks, so we can open the door. Oh, it's a sad zombie. Poor zombie. Okay, doesn't look like there's any on patrol in the next room either. Seems very little here. Okay, some meat and some veg. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm gonna take this zombie out quiet like. As quiet as can be, hitting someone over the head with an electric guitar. Yeah, probably not the quietest way of killing someone, but you know, we got the zombie. Okay, so we've got another vantage point. Let's have a look what this show says. Okay, Old Ballard, one of the few remaining artifacts of Harshaw's more prosperous past, and the Texway Gas Hart Street. So a sign above the forecourt reads, "Fill her up, roll on out." And we've also unlocked 319 Schrader Street. Its windows are boarded up and the lawn is patchy and turning brown. So it hasn't been looked after, that house. But maybe that's the kind of place we want to look. Okay, again, more stuff. Right, there's a radio. Like the one we saw in the intro. So someone's trying to stay in contact with us. Climb back down the ladder. Okay, so we've cleared this place. So we're going to walk just to make it a little bit quicker. Okay, so the lockpick needed in order to finish off this place. So yeah, we might want to return in order to do that. Just because it might be something useful. Maybe that'd be a good thing to do in the night cycle when we can't see that great, just because this place has been cleared and there shouldn't be any sort of respawns of zombies, etc. Okay, so this is what we've managed to scavenge and what we've produced. So we've got a nice cooking area now, which is going to be a lot of use. So I'm going to send the coach back out just to finish off the scavenging for 38 Irving, because we know there is only that one locked up shed. So I'm not even going to send him with a weapon. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Let's go out and hopefully he will be fine. So we're going to go, obviously, stalking, just so we don't aggro. Especially, well, we'll walk until we get to that one in that one room that's crying, because we don't really want to aggro that poor upset zombie. let's leave her be. Looks like she's had a bad day. And let's just get back out to the shed so we can see what's in the shed. Hopefully someone's been hiding, you know, their shotgun in the shed or something, you know. That'd be quite useful. Okay, oh, we've got a hatchet, some wood, some metal, and some firearm parts. So we didn't get the shotgun, but we did get some firearm parts, which is going to be good. And of course we can run now, and we know that we have cleared 38 Irving Street. So it's daytime. We've managed to scavenge all these things, and we've produced a medical station. But we have gained some traits, so we have tired, and we have starving on Leo. So yeah, Daryl's tired, Leo is starving. So we're going to have to deal with their needs. We've also been under attack by some zombies while we've been out, so they've taken away one of our barricades' strength. But all in all, nothing too bad. So that's where I'm going to leave our first episode. I hope you liked this. If you have, please leave a like. It means an awful lot. And subscribe if you want to see the rest of the ongoing tale of these people. And if you want to leave a comment, I do reply to every comment. But until next time, it's going to be goodbye from me, Welsh PC Gamer.